Happy Tuesday, BGDN Collective. I brought the question this week, and it's a two-parter. I do this quite often with Outlet But Great. I like to have like one serious on-topic question, and then one that's kind of just for fun to stimulate free-flowing thought conversation and give a little insight into personalities, that sort of thing. So, main question: how do you cope with dysphoria when it strikes and circumstance prevents an outright switch? Well, not everyone who identifies as bigender, or somewhat bigender at least, has what we call a gender switch, in which you kind of revert from more or less completely male to more or less completely female, or some other kind of binary divide. For me, it happens to be masculine and feminine. And there are times when I feel sort of acutely masculine and times when I feel more acutely feminine. And I have had issues previously when it was kind of challenging for me. I would be at the office and I would be presenting as one gender or another, or I would be in some other circumstance, even on a date or something even more intimate, and I would have kind of a radical shift. Sometimes no big deal. Sometimes it's just an enhancement, surprise, bonus, but sometimes it can be a little bit tricky. So what I have done over time is opened my mind up to thinking about things differently, which is a challenge. But B, making certain kind of strategic and tactical changes in kind of the material world to facilitate ease of mind while I go through whatever I'm going through. Let's start with some of the physical things. I have been presenting myself in a more generally androgynous manner, which I find kind of comfortable anyway, and that facilitates the switch a little bit more. Being way more out is very helpful, because that way people aren't necessarily as confused or distressed when you don't necessarily seem to be the way they might have expected. So I'm completely out at the office, completely out pretty much everywhere. I mean, hell, I'm on YouTube. But also, I don't often wear men's slacks, things like that, where the cut is so hard and dude that it's kind of hard to get around the fact that that's what you're wearing. I will wear like a man's shirt, but I'll have it unbuttoned in kind of a more dykey, feminine, relaxed manner. I don't tend to hyper-femme my makeup when I wear it, things like that. And so for me, it's a lot of it has to do with just getting to where instead of swinging from here to here to here to here, it's a little bit more kind of in here. And so the discomfort of dysphoria is greatly reduced, and frequency of noticeable dysphoria episodes is also lessened considerably. Now, from a mental standpoint, I've had to kind of change the way I think about myself over time, and that's a lot of it, honestly. Over on the BGDN forum, we've been talking some about passing versus presenting. If you get so wrapped up in the idea of being perceived as male or female or androgyne or something like that, you're setting yourself up for some issues because you are becoming dependent on something over which you have no real control. You can stack the deck in the direction of people thinking of you as XYZ, but you can't really control how people perceive you. Not completely. You can, however, control how you present yourself, and if you present yourself as more feminine, more masculine, more androgynous, whatever, but you present yourself in a manner that is comfortable to you and allows you to go through your day feeling like you are being true, not just necessarily to your gendered self, but to your personality, then that's going to greatly facilitate you feeling very much more comfortable throughout the course of your day. And various discomforts you may experience may not necessarily upset your apple cart. I mean, sometimes you're going to feel discomfort. You may get poison ivy on you. You might get stung by a mosquito. There are a zillion things. Hell, you can twist an ankle. You can't just get rid of that discomfort. You can take ibuprofen to reduce inflammation. You can use antihistamines to reduce a histamine reaction. You can do things like that to mitigate some of these discomforts, but sometimes you're just going to go through your day being uncomfortable. Gender dysphoria can fall somewhat into that same logical category, even though there's kind of a distinction in, practical levels, like where it comes from, that sort of thing. You can avoid poison ivy. Now, those are my basic kind of strategies and tactics for just dealing with it, getting through it. Now, how about some music? Like Bryn, I really can lose myself in good literature and things like that. Unlike Bryn, I am the type to just lose myself in some music. And there's a whole long list of people and groups I could recommend, particular songs that blow my mind. But today, I'm kind of feeling a couple of artists I really just want to point out who are also YouTubers. And flip a coin in no particular order. Sizzy Rocket. Click about here to see some rockin' music from Sizzy Rocket. And Sophia Marie. Click about here to see some good old-fashioned rockin' music from Sophia Marie. These are chicks who rock, who can get my head banging, who can get me into a mood or out of one. And I don't know, I can just be in this kind of miserable mood and play Sizzy Rocket's Spell on Me and just start banging my head at the office. And it makes it a lot better. So much better. And some of the music that Sophia Marie cranks out is kind of like old school, good, fun rock. She's got a great voice. She plays bass, and she's got this just animation and love for what she does. It really just kind of oozes through. And so these are a couple that I really like, and I wish more people knew about them and could enjoy them. I share them generally around, and so today I share them with you. Comment, video response, send some love, tell us about your day, share the channel with your friends, blow our minds. Let's make this one heck of a channel, and happy Tuesday. Love you, bud.